Hi, I'm Amy Kelly, and today we are with Ryan Murray with the Tooele County Small Business Development Center.
That is correct.
All right. How long have you been with this industry?
With the industry, I've been in it for several years. Out here in Tooele, it's going on 2 years right now.
So, when did you get your start?
So I actually started doing this when I was doing my MBA studies. I was studying entrepreneurship and found that I was very passionate about working with small businesses. So I just looked at every opportunity I could to work with small businesses and ended up consulting for them privately. And then I got into the Small Business Development Center and have been enjoying it ever since.
So, where did you do your studies?
So I went to Westminster College. I got an undergrad in finance and an MBA in entrepreneurship.
Fantastic. Now, for those of us who aren't familiar with what services you offer out here in Tooele, tell me a little more about that.
So the Small Business Development Center is basically, like it says, it's a center to work with small businesses. We do primarily counseling services and training. So the counseling is typically done in a one-on-one setting where we will have businesses come in, they can meet with us. It's a no-cost counseling service that is provided. The whole aim of it is to grow the local economy. We like to help small businesses. Oftentimes, you have a small business that they might be an expert in their field. They might be great at computer repair, but don't know the first thing about, balancing their financial statements or, marketing their services. And so that's what we try and do is we try and go and just kind of fill in the holes and make sure that they can be as competitive as possible. On the training opportunities, that's where we just like to, we'll bring in some outside experts. We like to cover a myriad of topics. It ranges from marketing, social media, time management, customer service, anything that we feel might be lacking in the area, we'll try and put together a training to help the businesses.
Now, do you put together courses for people, or do they have to come in to see you directly, or is this something that you teach, say, every once or 2 weeks? Businesses come to you and then learn, or how does that work?
So all of the trainings that we do, we put them together as needed. And basically what that is, I have a couple ongoing, like we'll do a business plan development course that's just an ongoing course, and we'll offer that one several times throughout the year. It's a 6-week course that allows businesses to come in, or startups, to come in and they can just put together a business plan. Or the other thing that we like to do is we like to do monthly trainings, and we'll do a lot of brown bags, so they can come in like Wednesday at noon, and they can bring their lunch, and then we have the presenter come in. One of the challenges that we have is business owners are busy, and they just don't have a lot of time, and so we try and be as accommodating as possible, as convenient as possible, so that they can continually improve their skills and improve their business without detracting from their business.
Well, what do you recommend to a small business owner as far as putting on a priority to get going and making a real difference in their business? What's like the number one thing you would recommend starting with?
So if I haven't actually started the business, if I'm thinking about getting into it, I would recommend doing a feasibility analysis. A lot of times business owners, they see something that they want to do. Well, take the time and find out if the market is actually going to support that. And so I would recommend starting with the feasibility analysis, and that leads right into a business plan. If I'm an existing business owner, then I usually start with the financial statements. I say, let's look at the financial statements. Let's identify the areas that might be hurting. The interesting thing is you'll look at a financial statement and it might identify that your operations are the problem, even though it's a financial statement. And so it really does depend on the business, but there are a couple of commonalities that businesses can improve on.
Fantastic. So what businesses do you think would do well out here in Tooele that maybe we aren't representing?
I get asked that question a lot, and honestly, the answer is it depends. Sometimes I'll tell people, think about what are you driving to Salt Lake for, and if you're driving into Salt Lake for, that means there's a need out here for it. But, when you say what businesses would do well out here, a lot of times, in a small market, it's different. And you can't just kind of say, well, boom, if we put another restaurant out here, or if we put another boutique out here, if we put a clothing store out here, it's going to do well. A lot of times it has to do with, what's your competitive advantage? What exactly are you offering? And so I think there's a lot more to it than just the type of business or the industry. And so, it does depend.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Before we started the interview, I was asking what book you would recommend a small business owner read. What would you put as the top of the list as one of your picks?
I love Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. I think it's a great book. It's been around forever. It was written in, I believe, 1937, and it's still viable today. And I'm like, if a book can last that long, it's got some good information in it. Some of the other ones, I just finished Good Great, Jim Collins. Oh, fabulous book. So, and then Seven Habits. I got to throw Seven Habits out there. Those are some really top ones. Past that, it starts to get into your industry specific, and I'm always looking for another good read.
For those people who are looking for more information and want to get a hold of you, how do they go about doing that? Do you set out a consultation appointments to come directly to them, or?
So it's actually really easy to get a hold of me. I'm located at the USU campus. That's at 1021 West Vine Street here in Tooele. A lot of people don't realize that this service is actually available in Tooele County.
Would you say that marketing is vastly overlooked by small businesses?
Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, one of my personal beliefs is that small businesses as a whole are just not marketing. And I think they don't understand the importance of marketing, and I think they shy away because marketing, number one, takes time, number two, takes money, and it's not easy. There's some trial and error, and you really have to engage yourself in marketing. But I don't care. You can make the best burrito in the world, but if you don't know how to market it, you're not going to survive as a small business.
So to a small business owner, at the beginning of this new year, 2013, what's one way that they could take some marketing into their own hands that's the simplest one that you could think of right now to share with them?
Identify your competition. Identify your competition's strengths and weaknesses. Most small businesses haven't taken the time to look and see who they're really competing against. You can't market properly if you don't know what your competition is doing.
All right, fantastic. And I think it's a good note to end on. And we want to thank you, Ryan. And thanks for all you're doing for the small community here in Tooele and the businesses as well. And if you want to know more, of course, Ryan Murray is your man. If you want to get a hold of him, we'll have some more information posted underneath this video. Thanks for watching. I'm Amy Kelly on TooeleTV.